And a big RV Wingman welcome to you folks. Thank you for joining me today as we talk around this virtual campfire in an honest attempt to listen to one another and help others make the best decisions possible and to hopefully avoid making some big mistakes. This is where we tackle real stories from real RVers, whether they're good, bad, or somewhere in between. As a reminder, if you'll scan the QR code you see on the screen or click the link down below, you can listen to some of the happiest campers in the country. Yes, you can. You'll listen to them tell of their purchase experience at one of America's most trusted RV dealers. These conversations will prove to you that great RV dealers do exist. So, today we're going to hear from Jeff. He's an RVer who found himself in a frustrating situation after purchasing a brand new $100,000 Keystone Cougar. But as you listen to his story, I want you to ask yourself, is this really a beef with the manufacturer or is it something else? Now, one thing stands out about Jeff. He's not playing the victim card. He's not. He's taking 100% responsibility for what happened. And let's be honest, taking responsibility is a really big deal. And taking full responsibility is one of the hardest things a person can do. But it's also one of the first steps towards wisdom. So, as you listen, I want to hear your take. What do you think? Who do you think should be held accountable? Jeff? The dealer? The manufacturer? Let me know in the comments. And if you're dealing with a problem with your RV, and an unhelpful dealer or maybe a manufacturer that's giving you the runaround and your RV is still under warranty, call the number on the screen or send me an email. I would love to hear your story and try and help you. All right, so you're a Cougar man. You went from one Cougar that you said was as close to the perfect RV as you've ever seen to another Cougar, and you sent me a picture of it, Jeff. It is beautiful, but the story isn't so great, according to you. What's up?
Well, took delivery of it. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. I drove from Lexington to Jackson, Tennessee, about 7-hour drive. I was wore out, had to take everything out of the old Cougar, put it in the new Cougar. When I got done with that, they gave me my walkthrough, so to speak. I didn't notice it, but it had a bent driver's side leveling jack. I drive that from there to Pigeon Forge. And when I got to set up, I called my wife, said, meet me down here. We'll test this thing out. I started watching the leveling jacks come down, and I noticed the driver's side rear was bent. I said, well, that doesn't look right. Mm-hmm. So I called my dealer, A&L RV Sales in Jackson, Tennessee. Told him what the issue was. Long story short, finger started pointing. It's on me.
And hang on, this was the first day? This was the first?
I picked it up. I got my notes here.
That's all right. That's all right. It sounds
like the 24th of 24, drove from there, from Jackson, Tennessee, stopped at a rest stop, spent the night, didn't even unhook it from my truck. Mm-hmm. From there, I went to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, got out, started setting it up, and I noticed that rear leveling jack being broke or bent. Called my dealer. The finger started pointing. I didn't notice it during my walkthrough. That's why I want to advocate for an inspection. It's on.
Okay, so hang on just a second. Hang on. It sounds like you drove hours, and I'm just trying to get a complete picture. Why didn't you buy locally? I mean, why did you buy from A&L hours and hours from where you live?
The Keystone dealer that was in my hometown stopped selling them, or they got bought out, and the new guy coming in wasn't selling Keystone.
Okay, so you bought it from a different dealer, and how did that purchase go? Did you go in and look at the unit first, or what did you do?
I basically ordered it.
Okay.
So I talked to the president of the company, I don't know, 3 or 4 times because of some issues with the previous Cougar we had. And I told him that me and my wife were fixing to retire and we wanted one to go to Florida for the winter.
Right.
And I said, with all these little problems I had with my travel trailer, I'm not sure I want to spend 6 figures on a fifth wheel with your company. There was a long pause in our conversation. He said, if you give my company another chance, and I'm going to use his words, I'll make it right and tight. Well,
Okay, so you believed him, and so this is the president of Keystone, I guess.
right. Jeff Runnels.
Okay, so you buy it from this dealer. Tell me about the walkthrough and what you did, an inspection, a PDI. What was that whole thing like?
Walk through with the tech or whoever that was for A&L, and he was going through everything, and I was wore out. I was flat wore out. I really wasn't paying attention. I didn't catch it. He didn't catch it, I don't guess, but I noticed it when I got to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Called them. They said they were going to bear no responsibility once it left their lot.
Okay, but I still don't have I'm sorry, not a very smart guy. I don't have a clear picture of the walkthrough. You sound like you were tired. One of the takeaways here, folks, is if you're tired, don't do the walkthrough at the end of the day when you're tired and everybody wants to going home, right?
Right. That was my situation. I wanted to get out of there. I was wore out.
How long would you say, Jeff, was your walkthrough? I don't know. I mean,
I'm going to guess and say 15, 20 minutes.
Oh my God, on $100,000 fifth wheel.
Right. It's on me. I take full responsibility. And another thing that I messed up on was I signed all the papers prior to doing the walkthrough. I shouldn't have done that. I've been watching some of your colleagues about not signing anything until you walk through it. You're completely satisfied. You see no issues. I even reached out to an RV inspector prior to me going down there, but logistically, it couldn't work out. They couldn't meet me when I was going. And so I just winged it and went down there and picked it up.
So you've watched my videos. You've watched other people's videos about the importance of slowing down and taking your time. I promise I'm not getting on you. I'm showing that this happens. It just, yes,
it does. It happens. And I want to use this platform to advocate to everybody watching, get your inspection, get your independent third-party inspection before you sign any paperwork. This is all on me.
Was there anything else besides that leveling jack that was bent that you wish that you would have known about prior to, rolling out of the parking lot?
No, as far as we know, we've only been in it one time. As far as we know, that's the only issue that we have. I've got it in a storage lot right down the road here from where we live. And I guess really my wife's getting ready to retire from the school system here. Yeah. During her spring break, we're going to Pigeon Forge and stay in a week. So we'll test everything out and make sure it's 100%.
So you're upset because it's the he said, she said that you should have pointed it out before you left the dealership is what I understand, right?
Right. I didn't catch it. What really aggravates me, the whole thing is I spent six figures on this thing. And I talked to the general manager of A&L RV in Jackson. And I'm going to use a direct quote. I don't know what I can do to help you. In my world, if somebody spends six figures with me, I'm going to do everything I can to help them. I would call an RV tech to come to you, but I had to wait till I got home to get it fixed. I got it fixed. And
what did it cost you, Jeff? Financially, what did it cost you? I mean, just
$1,175.
So $175.
$1,175.
$1,175.
Yeah.
Okay. So the cost of an inspection would have revealed that, and then you could have decided, hey, I want to take the thing bent, or else the dealer would have to fix it.
Right.
So again, the takeaway here is what, and how would you approach things next time?
Well, I hope I never have to buy another one, but I'll definitely have an inspection, and I'll definitely, and those lifetime warranties, they're just a sales gimmick. They're not worth the paper they're written on.
The extended service plans?
Yeah. Even the warranty from Keystone, they're written by lawyers.
Of course they are.
And,
of course they are.
They even have a disclaimer in here about the definition of defects and damage. When I submitted it to Keystone for warranty, they classified it as a damage, not a defect. You know, to me, those two words are very synonymous.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and even Keystone, one of their lawyers called me and offered me to pay half. And I told him, I said, it's not so much the money, it's the way I'm being treated as a second-time customer. And he said, well, we really don't have to do anything because we are running this as a damage, not a defect. If you look at your warranty, we only handle defects. I said, well, a damaged part is a defect, isn't it? But he's a lawyer, and he said this was going to be a substantial hit to Keystone. And I'm thinking, here I am, a government employee, retiree, and this is a multi-billion-dollar a year company, and $1,175 is going to make that big of a dent in your company? There was nothing. He didn't say a word.
I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, and I'm not trying to be ugly, but I just wonder how much responsibility, if you got 100%, do you blame Keystone 100% or A&L 100%, or how much of that responsibility do you take for not doing an inspection, not taking your time, not making sure that the level and jacks were all operating the way they were supposed to? I mean, because I can see what Keystone's saying. I can say, hey, you had the time, you had the chance, and you didn't take the opportunity.
I take full responsibility. It was on me. I admitted that from the get-go. But I thought, me being a loyal Keystone Cougar customer, A&L should have took 50. Keystone should have took 50. The customer, me, had to take 100%.
Why didn't you take half of it from Keystone? I mean, that half's better than nothing, isn't it?
You're right, but I guess it's, you know how lawyers can be, and I'm not down in lawyers. I dealt with
them. That's okay. Hey, I don't like them either, but sometimes you got to have them.
Yeah, I don't know. It hit me wrong the way he was presenting it, and I just said, look, I want you to do what you think you need to do, and I'll do what I think I need to do. And I left, and then we hung up, and that was it.
How long ago was that? Don't need to give me a date. I mean, a week.
November of last year.
Oh, so it's months ago.
Yeah. This started, like I said, on October the 25th, 24th.
It may be too late for you to, part of me says that, if you don't ask, you don't get, and you may want to contact and reach out very nicely and say, hey, it's me. Just want to let you know I love my Keystone Cougar, but that little issue that we talked about, can we part friends and I'll go ahead and take half of it and take the high road? All he's got to, if he says no, you're not going to lose anything. You've already paid for it.
To be perfectly honest with you, I don't remember that attorney's name, but I still have Mr. Runnels' phone number in my phone. And we texted after the incident, I guess. But you know what? I'm just chalking this up to a learning experience.
Well, there you go. A real honest, no excuses story from an actual RVer who I respect a lot for sharing what he did and didn't do. Jeff could have played the blame game. He could have. That's what most people do. He could have pointed fingers and made excuses and refused to own his part of the situation, but he didn't. He stood up. He took responsibility. And he's using his experience to help others. And that's something I really respect. Now, what do you think? Did Jeff's dealer drop the ball? Should Keystone have done more? Or is this one of those lessons that every RVer has to learn the hard way? Let me know in the comments. And if you've got a story that you'd like to share, especially about taking responsibility like Jeff did for a screw up that could help others, I want to hear from you. It's stories like Jeff's and maybe yours that can help other folks here in the RV community. Call the number on the screen or send me an email. Maybe your experience can help somebody else avoid a costly mistake. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for being here. As always, be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.